Nothing is so painful to the human mind as a great and sudden change. Beware, for I am fearless, and therefore powerful. Life, although it may only be an accumulation of anguish, is dear to me, and I will defend it. I do know that for the sympathy of one living being, I would make peace with all. I have love in me, the likes of which you can scarcely imagine, and rage, the likes of which you would not believe. If I cannot satisfy the one, I will indulge the other. If I cannot inspire love, I will cause fear. No man chooses evil because it is evil. He only mistakes it for happiness, the good he seeks. There is something at work in my soul, which I do not understand. How dangerous is the acquirement of knowledge, and how much happier that man is who believes his native town to be the world, than he who aspires to be greater than his nature will allow. I ought to be thy Adam, but I am rather the fallen angel. The beginning is always today. The companions of our childhood always possess a certain power over our minds, which hardly any later friend can obtain. Solitude was my only consolation. Deep, dark, death-like solitude. The world to me was a secret, which I desired to discover. To her it was a vacancy, which she sought to people with imaginations of her own. Invention, it must be humbly admitted, does not consist in creating out of void but out of chaos. Nothing contributes so much to tranquilize the mind as a steady purpose. How mutable are our feelings, and how strange is that clinging love we have of life even in the excess of misery. When falsehood can look so like the truth, who can assure themselves of certain happiness? Satan has his companions, fellow devils, to admire and encourage him, but I am solitary and detested. It is true. We shall be monsters, cut off from all the world, but on that account we shall be more attached to one another. The whole series of my life appeared to me as a dream. I sometimes doubted if indeed it were all true, for it never presented itself to my mind with the force of reality. I was benevolent and good. Misery made me a fiend. Make me happy, and I shall again be virtuous. The fallen angel becomes a malignant devil. Yet even that enemy of God and man had friends and associates in his desolation. I am alone. Man, I cried, how ignorant art thou in thy pride of wisdom! With how many things are we on the brink of becoming acquainted? if cowardice or carelessness did not restrain our inquiries. Thus strangely are our souls constructed, and by slight ligaments are we bound to prosperity and ruin. If our impulses were confined to hunger, thirst, and desire, we might be nearly free. But now we are moved by every wind that blows and a chance word or scene that word may convey to us. The world was to me a secret, which I desired to divine. I am alone and miserable. Only someone as ugly as I am could love me. Nothing is more painful to the human mind than, after the feelings have been worked up by a quick succession of events, the dead calmness of inaction and certainty, which follows and deprives the soul, both of hope and fear. Once I falsely hoped to meet the beings who, pardoning my outward form, would love me for the excellent qualities which I was capable of unfolding. Learn from my miseries, and do not seek to increase your own. I could not understand why men who knew all about good and evil could hate and kill each other. If I see but one smile on your lips when we meet, occasioned by this or any other exertion of mine, I shall need no other happiness. My dreams were all my own. I accounted for them to nobody. They were my refuge when annoyed, my dearest pleasure when free. I am malicious because I am miserable. My education was neglected, yet I was passionately fond of reading. I looked upon the sea. It was to be my grave. Nothing contributes so much to tranquilize the mind as a steady purpose, a point on which the soul can focus its intellectual eye. Accursed Creator! Why did you form a monster so hideous, that even you turned from me in disgust? The fallen angel becomes a malignant devil. A mind of moderate capacity, which closely pursues one's study, must infallibly arrive at great proficiency in that study. Live, and be happy, and make others so. The different accidents of life are not so changeable as the feelings of human nature. Of what a strange nature is knowledge! It clings to a mind, when it has once seized on it like a lichen on a rock. I am not a person of opinions because I feel the counter-arguments too strongly. Happiness is in its highest degree the sister of goodness. My candle was nearly burnt out, when, by the glimmer of the half-extinguished light, I saw the dull yellow eye of the creature open. He was soon borne away by the waves and lost in darkness and distance. We are fashioned creatures, but half made up. What can stop the determined heart and resolved will of man? A human being in perfection ought always to preserve a calm and peaceful mind, and never to allow passion or a transitory desire to disturb his tranquility. One wandering thought pollutes the day. Seek happiness in tranquility, and avoid ambition, even if it be only the apparently innocent one of distinguishing yourself in science and discoveries. Be men, or be more than men. Be steady to your purposes and firm as a rock. This ice is not made of such stuff as your heart may be. It is mutable and cannot withstand you if you say that it shall not. You are my creator, but I am your master. Obey. I was seized by remorse and the sense of guilt, which hurried me away to a hell of intense tortures as no language can describe. My heart was fashioned to be susceptible of love and sympathy, and when wrenched by misery, to vice and hatred, it did not endure the violence of the change without torture such as you cannot even imagine. I shall commit my thoughts to paper, it is true, but that is a poor medium for the communication of feeling. I desire the company of a man who could sympathize with me, whose eyes would reply to mine,